This is Lab 16, Example 2. We want to factor the trinomial. We have 7x squared minus 11x plus 4. Generally, any trinomial they throw at you is going to be in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. Here we know that a is not 1. If it was 1, it'd be a little bit easier, but a is not 1. So we're going to see if we can factor out any greatest common factor between 7x squared, negative 11x, and 4. You can't, so we're going to move on to the next step. So we're going to use the AC method to factor this. So the AC method, the first thing we're going to do is multiply our A and our C. So our A is 7 and our C is 4. So we're going to multiply 7 times 4. This is going to give us 28. And then we're going to see what factors of 28 are going to give us our B, our negative 11. So we have 28 here. The factors of positive 28 are 1 and 28, and then also negative 1 and negative 28 is included in there. We have 2 and 14. We have 7 and 4 as well. So which one of these add to negative 11? Well, all of these would add to a positive number, but we can't forget that they could be negative as well. They could both be negative, so negative 7 times negative 4, negative 2 and negative 14, negative 1 and negative 28, all factor to positive 28 as well. So negative 11, so negative 1 plus negative 29 isn't negative 11, negative 2 plus negative 14 is not negative 11, negative 7 plus negative 4 is negative 11, however, if we add them. So we know it's going to be in this format right here. So what this tells us is instead of the general format for when A is 1, it's going to tell us how to split our x term here. And then we can proceed to factor by grouping. So I'm going to rewrite this trinomial with this middle term here split into negative 7x and negative 4x. So I'm just going to split this term. So you have negative 7x squared minus 7x plus minus 4x plus 4. So negative 7x plus negative 4x is negative 11x, so all I've done is just rewritten this trinomial. Now that we're going to do that, we're going to factor by grouping. So I'm going to take this group as a group, and I'm going to take this as a group, and I'm going to factor out anything I possibly can within these two groups. So greatest common factor between 7x squared and negative 7x is 7x. If we take out 7x from this term, we're left with just x minus 1. And then for negative 4x plus 4, we can take out 4. So if we take out a 4 plus 4, we're left with negative x plus 1. Now we hit a problem, and generally in factoring by grouping, these two terms need to be the same, but we can make these the same. So if we just change a negative sign, we can make these the same. So I'm going to factor out a negative 1 from this term. So we have 7x times x minus 1. I'm going to take out a negative 1 from each of these, so that's going to make this 4 negative. And if we do that, this negative x is going to be positive, and this positive 1 is going to be negative. So we've just switched the terms here. We've factored out a negative 1. And now that they are the same, we have x minus 1 and x minus 1, we can rewrite this as 7x minus 4, 7x minus 4 times x minus 1. And so we factored our trinomial.